Welcome to our channel, where we explore the legends and untold stories of Japan's mysterious yokai, the supernatural beings, woven into the heart of Japanese folklore. Yokai are far more than creatures of fear. They were born from our ancestors' awe of nature, and from the subtle stirrings of the human heart, the crystallization of an ancient imagination, and a reflection of the Japanese soul itself. Within these stories lie the quiet thoughts and feelings of the people who shaped Japan's culture and traditions. By coming to know them, you too will come to know Japan more deeply than ever before. Now, let us begin today's journey into the world of yokai.
Bakeneko, the cat that becomes a yokai in Japan. Cats have lived beside humans for centuries. They sleep in our homes, they walk silently through the dark. They stare at places where nothing seems to be there. But during the Edo period from 1603 to 1868, people began to wonder. What if a cat lived too long? What if it learned human words? What if it watched us for years, quietly waiting? A cat that gains supernatural power is called a Bakeneko. It can walk on two legs. It can speak like a human. It can lick the oil from a paper lantern. And sometimes, it can take the shape of the dead. During the Edo period from 1603 to 1868, cats were common in Japanese homes. They were useful animals. They protected rice from rats and mice. They lived in townhouses, merchant shops, and samurai residences. In one old house, a cat was loved like a member of the family. It slept on a cushion near the warm lantern light. It was stroked gently by the women of the house. Children smiled at it. The family thought it was only a pet. But cats are different from humans. They move without sound. They see clearly in darkness. And sometimes, their eyes seem to follow things that no human can see. At this moment, the cat was still only a cat. But something strange had already begun. In old Japanese belief, a cat that lived for many years could begin to change. It might understand human speech. It might learn human habits. And eventually, it might become something no longer natural. One of the most feared signs was the tail. A normal cat has one tail, but a supernatural cat could grow a second tail. This two-tailed form is often called nekomata, and it is closely connected to the legend of the Bakeneko. Late at night, the cat sits alone in the tatami room. The moon shines through the paper screens. Its eyes glow in the dark, and behind it, the shadow on the wall no longer looks like an ordinary cat. It looks larger, stranger, almost human. That is when people realized the animal they had lived with for years was no longer just a cat. One of the most famous signs of a Bakeneko was the lantern. In the Edo period, houses were lit by oil lamps and paper lanterns. At night, a family might hear a small sound from the next room. A wet sound, soft repeated. Picha, picha. Someone would quietly open the sliding door. And there, beside the lantern, the cat would be standing on its hind legs. Its long tongue would reach into the lamp. It was licking the oil. The flame flickered. The room moved with shadows. And on the wall, the cat's shadow became something terrible. Not a cat. A tall, long-haired figure. A shape almost like a woman. The person who saw this could never look at that cat the same way again. The most frightening power of the Bakeneko was transformation. It was said that a Bakeneko could take human form. Sometimes it appeared as a servant, sometimes as a beautiful woman. And sometimes it took the shape of a dead master or mistress. Imagine a quiet room at night. A woman who should be dead is sitting on the tatami. Her face is pale, her voice is soft, her eyes shine in the lantern light. At first, she looks almost human. But then, something is wrong. Her hands are too sharp. Her gaze is too cold. And behind the paper screen, the shadow is not the shadow of a woman. It is the shadow of a cat. The Bakeneko stands between two worlds, pet and monster, family and stranger, the living and the dead. Even today, cats still feel mysterious. They live close to us, but they never seem completely ours. A cat may suddenly stare into an empty hallway. It may listen to a room where no one is there. It may walk through the house at night, silent as a shadow. Modern people may not believe every old legend. But when a cat looks into the darkness, we still wonder, what does it see? The legend of the Bakeneko was born from that feeling. The fear that the animal beside us may understand more than we think. the fear that something familiar may secretly belong to another world. So if you wake in the middle of the night and your cat is staring at a dark corner of the room, do not call its name too quickly, because when it turns around, it may not be the same cat you thought you knew.
How did you find today's story? On this channel, we explore the legends and untold stories of Japan's ancient yokai. One by one, just as we did today. We hope you were able to feel the thoughts of those who came before us, hidden within these tales, and the subtle workings of the heart that lie behind Japan's culture and traditions. If you enjoyed today's story, please support us by subscribing, giving this video a like, and using the hype feature. It truly means a lot to us. Until next time, see you on our next journey.